1,000 years after humanity first turned its eyes to Mars, a colossal asteroid known as Pi sets its deadly course toward Earth, impact in 8 years. The world unites in fear, and the UN authorizes China to lead a last hope mission, Project UNMS, United Nations Moon Shield. The plan? Build a lunar base, forge a colossal nuclear weapon called the Cosmic Striking Hammers, and use the moon's orbit to deflect the asteroid's debris. Amid this chaos, an unremarkable man named Yu dreams of joining the mission. During the interview, his self-description as a middleman doesn't impress, so he's offered a janitor's role. Desperate, he accepts. Soon he's on his way to the moon, surrounded by elite astronauts, ready to clean while the world's best build salvation. 8 long years pass. The weapon is complete. Humanity cheers. But Yu's heart is elsewhere, with launching, the brilliant, unreachable commander of the base. He practices love confessions in secret, always waiting silently at her door. She doesn't even know his name. Then disaster strikes. A solar flare knocks a missile off course. Debris is coming. Fast. In 27 minutes, the moon base will be obliterated. Alarms blare. Astronauts evacuate. But Yu, in his room with headphones on, hears none of it. He realizes too late. Rockets are gone, all but one. He races for it, only to crash into a crater. As the last ship lifts off, he watches launching leave him behind. Yu survives the impact, barely. The Earthbound missile fails. A colossal explosion shatters Earth's surface. Cities crumble, skies go black, and Yu, stranded on the moon, is now the last man alive. With no response from Earth, Yu spirals into madness. He builds a paper funeral for humanity. There's food for 300 people, enough for a lifetime. So, he begins to live his fantasy. He breaks into Launching's room. Dines with a dummy he's crafted in her likeness. Dresses her up. Confesses. Kisses her, and Earth watches it all. The survivors, hiding underground in ash-covered ruins, have been secretly monitoring you through cameras. With audio dead, they hire a voice actor to dub over Yu's life, turning him into an accidental hero. One day, while trying to take his life, Yu discovers a mysterious figure in the food storage. It's a kangaroo. A rogue research subject. And it's hungry. Thus begins the most bizarre companionship ever formed on the moon. Between a lonely man and an aggressive kangaroo named Kong, they fight. They bond. Yu dresses as a female kangaroo to distract him. Kong beats him up. Yu fires plastic bullets from a 3D printed Gatling gun. They both collapse in exhaustion. But eventually, they reach a truce. Together, they survive. And something changes. Yu finds an old Apollo capsule. He fixes it, hoping to return home. But there's a problem. The ship can only carry 22 pounds. Kong alone weighs 4 times that. Yu tries to leave Kong behind, but guilt drags him back. Earth watches, inspired. To escape the moon, they need power. So they set out on a cross-lunar road trip to retrieve a prototype warhead. With sunlight as their only fuel source, they can only drive during the day. Weeks of travel. Sleep deprived. Freezing. Desperate, at last, they make it, but tragedy strikes again. Yu accidentally leaves Kong behind in the trunk. Halfway back, he notices. Torn between survival and loyalty, he turns around. The world watches and cheers. After endless struggle, they return. U begins modifying the Apollo capsule. Earth races to re-establish communication. Finally, after 613 days, a voice breaks through. Launching. U isn't alone. They talk daily. And U confesses, her smile at the interview is why he came to the moon. Launching, haunted by her guilt, admits she saw him in the crater but still left. And she'd do it again, but then, a new threat, a massive shard of the original asteroid, Pi Plus, has broken orbit. Earth is doomed, unless U stops it. Launching breaks the news live. But U already knows. He's been listening. He agrees. He says goodbye to Kong, sending him home in a pod. U pilots the Apollo toward the asteroid. When a meteor storm damages the ship, Launching guides him to use decompression to stabilize the spin. He kicks open the hatch. It works, but the engine floats away. He has no power, so he dons a jetpack, straps the warhead to himself, and flies straight toward the asteroid. Earth watches. Launching cries. Humanity holds its breath. As his suit breaks under pressure, U sings, his final gift to mankind. Launching activates the warhead. A flash. The asteroid is gone. U2, 10 years later, Earth has begun to heal. Life returns. Calm lives in a sanctuary. Children play under clean skies. And Launching, now a commander again, returns to the moon. She stands on the ruins of the old base, looking at Earth. A shimmering ring now encircles the planet, the remnants of Pi Plus. She smiles softly. Somewhere, U watches too.